Good morning, traders. This is NewsWare's Trade Talk for Monday, November 10th. Let's dive right into the action. Let's take a look at the S&Ps. Hey, the SPUs are up 0.93%. That's a positive. It's a really strong move higher. And the real catalyst for it this morning is that the politicians appear close to a resolution to resolve the government shutdown. It doesn't look like the Democrats got anything. They got an agreement for a vote in December. This is what they had 2 months ago. It's not much, but apparently they're done with their shutdown efforts, and they're going to move forward with what the Republicans are offering. But, the key thing here is if an agreement is reached, we could be getting data on October inflation, jobless claims, retail sales, and the producer prices later this week. So this could be positive. I think it'll take a couple of days for this to get resolved, but we appear to be on track. President Trump is going to meet with the president of Syria today. Meatpackers and health insurance stocks are under pressure this morning. It's all due to commentary from President Trump. Pfizer is entering into a deal to acquire MTSR. They raised their bid price on it. Visa and MasterCard appear close to a deal with merchants that could, change the landscape of rewards that you get on your credit cards. There's a deal that's very close. This is a 20-year dispute. On the earnings front, you got Dole, ticker DOLE, BEKE, and ticker B. They're all trading higher after earnings. After the bell today, you got CoreWeave, you got Occidental Petroleum, RGTI, RKLB. They're all scheduled to report. Let's take a look at the action over in Europe and see what's happening over there this morning. And the indices over there, they are trading higher. That's positive. We got the DAX is up 1.82% or 429 points. Outperformances in industrials and banks. That's nice to see. Then you got the FTSE in London up 94 points or 0.98%. You're seeing gains in financials and energy stocks, and the CAC in Paris is up 1.36%. You're seeing a little bit of a rotation away from tech and into cyclicals, this morning, and that's going on across the globe. What else? We take a look over at Asia last night, and Asia also saw green. We got the Nikkei up 635 points. That's 1.26%. The thing about Japan is, that there's a lot of optimism over this proposed stimulus action, which includes measures to boost investment in growth sectors and strengthen its defensive capabilities. Hong Kong, the Hang Seng jumped 407 points or 1.55%. All sectors really rallied in that index, led by consumers and tech shares. And in China rose, 0.53%. Listen, their CPI data came in at plus 0.2. The PPI fell 2.1. Defense sectors, healthcare, consumer staples, utilities, all gained. Taking a quick look at oil this morning. And, thing about oil is it is trading higher. We're up about 0.47%. Get WTI at $60.03 a barrel. You get Brent at $63.92 a barrel. You get the OPEC reports, the OPEC monthly report, as well as the EIA's monthly report. They're both expected this week. Oil's been as low as, up 0.15 and as up as 0.75, so it's kind of like right in the middle. It's kind of settling in at that $60 range for WTI. Okay, let's take a look at earnings, the earnings action for this morning. We got to start off with Monday.com, ticker MNDY. They beat by 28 cents. They did that on higher revenue. But that stock is down over 19% this morning. Tower Semiconductor, that's TSEM, Tom, Sam, Edward, Mary. They beat by a penny. They did that on higher revenue. Stock's up 1% this morning. Instacart, ticker CART, Charlie, Apple, Richard, Tom. They beat by a penny on higher revenue. That stock's up 8% this morning. After the bell today, you got CoreWeave, ticker CRWV, Charlie, Richard, William, Victor. EPS is a minus 39 cents. Expected move is 16.5%. Then you have Occidental Petroleum, EPS, that's ticker OXY, Oscar, X-ray, yellow. EPS is 48 cents. Expected move is 5.26%. No real economic reports are scheduled for today, but there was a paper published by the San Francisco Fed, this morning where Mary Daly said the slowing payroll growth in the U.S. is more likely a result of weakening demand for workers rather than reduced labor force from tightening immigration policies. Interesting. I got to read more into that. That could be something. Okay, let's take a look at are the markets this morning. Again, 9 Dow stocks lower, 21 higher. That's kind of a positive open. And looking at my FANG stocks, they're all in the green, really up over 1%, all of them. So, that's positive. You look at some of the news behind the tape, like Apple. There's a story out there saying that Apple's refusal to offer a free music tier will cause them to lose the next generation of music consumers. The iPhone's too strong. I don't see that really happening. Amazon announced Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals are going to start kicking off on November 20th. Tesla, TSLA, the head of its Cybertruck division, is leaving after 8 years on the job. Let's take a look at Dow stocks for a second. UNH, UNH is showing weakness, down 1.76% as President Trump says the enrichment of health insurers must stop. Looking at Visa, Visa's down, slightly. Visa and MasterCard are near a settlement on interchange fees. Apple plans satellite-powered features for iPhones. Apple's up 0.6%. In terms of merger news, MTSR, Metsera, Michael Tom, Sam Richard, they're going to be acquired by Pfizer for up to $86.25 a share. Novo Nordisk just walked away. Treehouse Foods, THS, Tom Henry Sam, they're going to be acquired in a $2.9 billion take-private deal. In terms of guidance news, Tyson Foods, TYN, they see full year 2026 revenue up 2 to 4% comparatively to 2024. Interesting. Monday.com, MNDY, they narrowed their full year 2025 revenue view to $1.23 billion, which is really the consensus. So, Street was expecting a little more. Yeah, Citibank's out there putting a 30-day upside catalyst watch on shares of NVIDIA. Yeah, their earnings are coming out. So, yeah, it wouldn't be, there's your catalyst event. It's that time. Let's talk about a stock for today. And I'm going to be watching Occidental Petroleum, ticker OXY, Oscar X-ray yellow. Earnings are out after the bell. EPS is 48 cents. Expected move is 5.26%. I semi-like it. The fact is the brokers are positive on it. You look at the call volume on Friday, 27,000 calls traded versus 11,000 puts. You look at the open interest, 625,000 on the call side, 430,000 on the put side. So, that's positive. And, but I want to get in at that entry price that I like. And I like the stock at $40.50. Maybe I'll go up to $40.75, but, somewhere around that range, $40.50 to $40.75. But that's my pick of the day. Occidental Petroleum, OXY, earnings are out after the bell today. Okay, let's talk about the news that's hitting the tape in the last 15 minutes or so. Lyft and Curb announced a partnership. Applied Digital announced a proposal offering a $2.35 billion in senior secured notes. Tyson Foods, their board increased the quarterly dividend to 51 cents. White Horse Finance, ticker WHF, William Henry Frank, they announced a 15 million share repurchasing program. Dole, ticker DOLE, approves a 100 million share repurchasing program. Chevron's got its Investors Day on Wednesday. CVX. Got to watch the airlines. They should start moving higher if this shutdown ends. Merck's got a oral drug that shows a 55.8% cholesterol reduction. That's positive. Novo Nordisk continues to look for opportunities in obesity and diabetes. Burger King, QSR, did a joint venture to double its presence in China. That's all I'm seeing this morning. Okay, let's talk about our pick of the day from Friday, which was ticker ROIV, Richard Oscar India Victor. Now, listen, earnings came out this morning, but you look at the stock on Friday, it opened up at $20.40, and then it fell down to $19.96. Now, I had said $20, I'd pay up to $20.20. I got into $20.07. But then after that, it just rallied. It rallied and it hit a high at $20.77, and it closed out at $20.62. I mean, I look at the stock this morning. It's ROIV is trading $20.95. So anyway, when you look at it, I mean, this was a winner. Whether you got it at the opening price or whether you got in at my suggested entry price, this was a good call. ROIV, winner, winner, winner. Okay, and that's all I got for today. Monday, November 10th, guys, you know what to do. Let's go out there, make some green.